Hello, welcome. This tutorial is going to show you how to make a butterfly braid design. So if you want to make a child's hair a little bit more fun, this is perfect, and it is so easy to make. I broke it down to like the least it can go. So you already have an idea of the section you want the butterfly to be. This line is going to be the antenna area of the butterfly, and then I'm going to proceed and share the section into two. So basically you're making like a T shape, one from the top where the butterfly is going to start, and one in the middle which is like cutting the stomach of the butterfly into two. So now we are going to make the antenna and then the wings on the left and the right hand side. So put one side away. This is going to be for two wings and then the antenna. So let's start with making the antenna on the right hand side. Please pay attention to how we make the right hand side because we are not going to repeat every single thing in the left hand side. I first make this very small section for the antenna, and you can see it has a curve to it. So you make it straight. Once you're coming towards the middle, you curve it down because I don't think the antennas are usually like straight. Maybe some butterfly brands are, did I say brand species? But we're making it curved. So we are now going to braid from the outer part down towards where the head of the butterfly is supposed to be in our imagination. So straight and then curve downwards towards the middle. I have noticed that if you make this line like boxy, instead of having a curve at the bottom part, if you make it like straight line inwards, straight line down, you're going to have that angular looking antenna. And I have seen some people create their butterfly like that. I don't think that is cute. Butterflies are like curvy and delicate, so making that very pointy armor looking antenna, it's kind of scary. It looks very blunt, so try to make this curve. I promise you the curve makes it look better. I also try to taper out the pointed end of the antenna. Yeah, that's another one I've noticed. You see how my like the beginning of the antenna is like pointy. I have seen people make their own to be like a boxy shape. So if it's not pointy, it doesn't look. I'm just trying to imagine like an actual butterfly and trying to make it look like that as much as possible. So if you make the beginning non-pointy and boxy, it's also going to contribute to that boxy look. So we are trying to maintain curves and delicacy, So now this remaining space after the antenna is going to house two wings, one at the top and one at the bottom. So we're going to share this section into two. But most pictures of butterflies that I've seen have like the top wing is slightly bigger than the lower wing. In some species, it's like hugely bigger than the lower ones. But we're going to just make the lower part slightly smaller than the top section. So they are not equal. They might actually look equal, but no, they are not equal. So once you have shared that section into two boxes, one for the top wing, one from the bottom wing, we are going to make a line from the center of the butterfly upwards towards the top. So now to braid this section, we are going to start from under the armpit, braid it. Don't curve too early, right? Don't start curving your hand too early. It's going to make your wing really tiny. So try to braid to the like towards the edge, the person's edges as much as you can, as safely as you can, and then you reverse. Remember, we're trying to make this particular wing to look bigger than the lower wing, right? So when you curve and get to the top, then you curve nicely again. Try to avoid making like pointed ends. So don't make like a sharp, like get sharply into the end and sharply curve. No, like try to create a curve as you are braiding. As you can see, this is a nice oval shape. So we went from like the armpit, made the wing and came back to like the neck section, right? So just to recap, we braided from the down part of the top wing into the top part. We are going to repeat the same thing for the lower wing. So we are going to braid from the down part of the lower wing curve into its mid section. This is because we want the bottom part to be dainty. Since the hair is going to like the braid is going to start from there, that area is going to be pointy and have less hair there. So the bulk of the hair is going to be focused in the middle. At the top part of the butterfly, again, we want the bum area is usually tapered, like smaller than the stomach of a butterfly, right? So again, I braid. If you're not careful here, you're going to get an angled wing. If you braid down the person's side bone, I don't know what they call it, before going back up. Oh god, that looks tight. I checked in with her if it was painful, but it's okay. So after doing this, you see we are done with these wings. We are going to repeat the exact same thing on the left hand side. Share that section into two so that you have the top and the bottom wing. Then you braid the top one from the middle up to the neck, then the bottom one from the bum into the middle. Okay, just exactly the same thing. When you are done, we'll use a rubber band to hold. You're going to have 1 2 3 4 5 6 pieces of dangling hair of your hair of the braids. So use a rubber band to hold them together in the middle, and then braid it and twist it into a bun. That was how I did hers. But for this part of the butterfly, because we are not working with the edge of the face, we can afford to braid the shape of the wing, or to carve out, to section the shape of the wing. So instead of having those straight lines, I am okay. See, the top one is done and the bottom one is still boxy. Now I am just going to carve out like the curved part of a butterfly. You can do the same thing in the front, but that is if you want to leave out like the person's edges. So when you carve out the shape, then you leave out the remaining hair is going to be like baby hair, and then the shape of the wing will be carved out. But her mom, we didn't want baby hair left out because this hair is going to last. We don't want that hair to disappear before the end of the session of this hair. So for this back part, I can afford to make the shape of the butterfly. Please, if it's for like an adult or someone that can take care of their edges, if you leave it out, then you can make this same butterfly shape in the front part. But I did not, so I went ahead and braided it just as we did on the right hand side. Used the rubber band to hold it together, then made that small bun. Now I am just adding an accessory to make it look cuter, and oh my god, the butterfly was nice. If you want to watch the rest of our hairstyle, the video will be up soon. So bye.